You've been crisscrossing the state. What are you hearing from the public out there about the economy and jobs?
Well, we know that it's the number one priority for almost all New Mexicans. We know that in rural New Mexico, urban New Mexico, whether you're in the eastern part of the state, western part of the state, people are concerned about jobs, they're concerned about the future. And they want to make sure that we're not going to continue trying to do what we've always done and expect a different result. We've got to focus on economic development, not just on the Rio Grande corridor, but all over New Mexico. We've got 33 counties and people are hurting in all 33 counties. So as Lieutenant Governor, I'm going to focus on making sure we have that discussion about how to make sure that we're serving the entire state.
Well, and speaking of serving the entire state, renewable jobs and jobs from ARA funds are one thing. But what about your policies or your stand on various issues would lure businesses here, including small businesses, which create a lot of small jobs?
Absolutely, and I grew up in small business in New Mexico. I've owned several businesses. I'm currently a small business owner here in Albuquerque. And I know that the small businesses of New Mexico really are the economic engine of our state. So we've got to make sure that if we make any adjustments in our landscape, whether it be the way we do business in New Mexico, we've got to make sure that small business still feels welcome and has an opportunity to succeed and thrive.
So specifically, what policies would you be looking at to improve that environment?
Well, I think we always need to think about bringing people together to discuss about new creative ideas to make sure that whether it's our tax structure or whether it's about the way we invest ARA funds, we know that New Mexicans are getting the direct benefit and that small business in New Mexico is getting the support it needs. If we've got ARA funds and we're investing those in companies that are coming into New Mexico from out of state, that really isn't the best use of our resources. We've got to focus on making sure that the bottom line is where small businesses are being engaged in New Mexico, especially when it comes to economic development. That doesn't always happen. We have big projects in New Mexico. We see out-of-state companies coming in and doing those jobs. We need to make sure that we give a priority and a preference to our small businesses in New Mexico.
And one of the things that makes it attractive to business is having a well-qualified workforce. There is a bill, House Bill 150, working its way through the legislature, being carried by Education Chairman Rick Miura, that would hopefully close the Hispanic education gap. What are the problems with the disparity in graduation rates between Hispanics and other races?
Well, as you know, Peter, we continue to do things the way we've always done them, and we're expecting a different result in education. We can't do that any longer. Every day I finish my day with an educator. My wife, Aleli, is a public school teacher at Van Buren Middle School, one of the most challenged districts in all of APS. We know that resources are a problem in the classroom. We've got to focus on making sure that resources are getting to the teachers and our students in the classroom. When it comes to education gaps, we have a problem across the board. We can no longer fail our children. We talk about the number of students that are failing in schools and dropping out of schools. Frankly, they're not failing. We're failing our students in New Mexico. 46% dropout rate is not acceptable. And we've got to change the way we deliver education services in New Mexico. What that means is opportunity and options and choice for our children. Whether it means that we change the way we do bricks and mortar in New Mexico, whether it changes the way we treat charter schools in New Mexico, or whether it changes the way we do traditional public schools. We have got to bring all stakeholders to the table to make sure that we're always evaluating each and every way that we do business in New Mexico in education. Because we continue to try and do the things the way we've always done them and expect a different result in education. It's not going to happen.
Speaking of evaluating, you have a wall here filled with people signed up for Bernalillo County Ward. That election is this Thursday. What are you sensing as you head into the March 13th state pre-primary nominating convention?
Well, we're excited. We're excited because whether it's in Mora, New Mexico, whether it's in Cibola County, or whether it's right here in Bernalillo County or Valencia County where I grew up, we're getting a great response from folks. We know we're in a five-way race. Our goal is to get that 20% so we can be on the ballot and give New Mexicans a great choice for Lieutenant Governor in 2010.
So after that convention and you go retail to the general public ahead of the June primary, what message will you be telling the regular voters?
Well, I think all voters are regular voters because they have an equal interest in the outcome. But whether you're engaged in the Democratic Party or whether you are just somebody who lives on Main Street USA, we're going to tell them that this campaign is about them. This campaign is not about politics. It is personal. This is my first bid for public office, and it's all very, very personal for me. When somebody commits to me to give me their vote, for me it's a big deal. And I don't take it for granted. They put that level of trust in me to make sure that I bring a message of change and opportunity, whether it comes to making sure that we have an economic development plan that meets our education vision for New Mexico, or whether it is just about making sure that small business in New Mexico has an opportunity to be heard. That's what this campaign is all about. We're traveling all 33 counties. I'm loving every minute of it. We've got people, Tuesday night we had 300 people stop by for our birthday party at my house, and now we've had over 150 people come to our office opening today. It's a great day for this campaign, but more importantly, it's a great day for New Mexico, because this really is about people, not politics, and I appreciate the opportunity to be with you.